In this video, I'll be giving an update for the student loan forbearance and the student loan forgiveness program. Stay tuned. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, my name's David. I'm a millennial, working professional in the city where I love, Philadelphia. On this channel, I'll talk about topics such as personal finance, investing, and work-related tips. If that sounds interesting to you, please subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's talk about student loans. Student loan forbearance. According to the U.S. Department of Education, the Student Loan Forbearance Program has extended to September 30th, 2021. What that means is that if you have any federal student loans, there won't be any interest or payments required until September 30th, 2021. And by chance, if you have federal student loans, sorry, the forbearance doesn't apply to you, so check with your loan provider if there are any updates. This video is going to be relating more towards people who have federal student loans, so if you have private student loans, it's not going to affect you, but overall, try to listen to the tips and recommendations that I'll talk about later on in the video. Student loan forgiveness. There's no real update for student loan forgiveness. There's a lot of work that Congress has to do. First, they have to approve for the program. Second, they have to figure out what qualifies or criteria for this program to be applied for. Lastly, for any applicants who apply for the program, they want to make sure who approves or who gets denied for it. The requirements are quite simple. You have to be in a public service job, such as teaching, and you have to make 120 consecutive payments on time, which is roughly 10 years. Also, I want to mention that there are some issues with this current student loan forgiveness program. With the existing student loan forgiveness program, out of 174,000 applications, only 3,174 were approved. That's around a 1.8% approval rate for these applications. In my opinion, I wouldn't put too much faith with this new student loan forgiveness program because with our existing student loan forgiveness program, there's already issues for public service workers not getting approved for whatever reason. It could be that they didn't make a payment on time or the details wasn't clear. In either case where the program takes too long to be approved or if your application gets denied, I'm not going to put my faith into this, and I don't think you should either. I will focus on what I can control and what I can do. Here are some of the things that I'm planning to do with my student loans, and I recommend you should too. The first thing I would do is budget. Budgeting is going to be an outline for what you're going to be doing for the next 8 months or so. Think of it like a roadmap. For example, if a person has $8,000 left in their student loans, they have to save roughly $1,000 each month, and by the end of the forbearance period, at September 30th, they'll have all their student loans paid off. Budgeting for my student loans has given me great comfort and reassurance. Why? Whether it's 10% or 50% or 100%, just to know by the end of the forbearance period, you're going to have a good portion of your student loans gone is very reassuring. For me, I have roughly $36,000 left, but if everything goes to plan, I think I can pay off all my student loans by the end of forbearance period. I'll be the first one to admit it. I don't really like budgeting, but it helps you forecast and plan ahead for the next year. It's going to take a lot of discipline and sacrifices, but at the end, it's going to be well worth it. When you have all your budgeting completed, try this next thing. The second thing I would do is save. All the budgeting and planning will all be for naught if you don't save. I don't think I have to say it twice, but I'm going to say it anyway. Try to save as much as you can. Whether that means you have to downsize on the place that you're living right now or sell some of the things that you don't need, try to save as much money as you can. For me, it meant that I couldn't go out to spend time with my friends or out to eat, nor can I, and spending a lot of money on food. I had to analyze where the majority of my money was going to, and it seems like a lot of the money was going to spending for food. I did some researching and testing on how to save money on grocery shopping, and I spoke about that in another related video. If you want to watch that video, feel free to click on the link above or look at the description down below for the link. Also, saving comes really easy to me, but I know there's people out there that it's really challenging or difficult to save money. So if you have to, create a separate account where you can move money every time you get paid. So towards the end, when the forbearance ends, you can make one big lump sum, and it'll be a very satisfying and gratifying experience. Once you have the first two things completed, try this next thing. The third thing I would do is invest. There are tons of content out there and videos that teach you how to invest in real estate and stocks, but I want you to invest into yourself. Some of the areas that you can invest into are professionally, creatively, and especially financially. You should pick the area to invest to the most that has the most importance and relevancy for you. Whether it's learning to play the guitar or the piano or be a public speaker, it should be the activity that has the most intrinsic and extrinsic value for you. Learning a new skill is going to yield much higher returns than investing in any stock investments or real estate property. And yes, I'm looking at you, GameStop. Whether you're investing into stocks or real estate properties or in yourself, it takes time. So don't compare yourself to other people because your journey is going to be specific and relevant for your situation out there. So those are some of the things that I plan to do with my student loans. No matter how small or big your student loans are, it's in your best interest to have a game plan. Remember, goals without a plan are just dreams. So have a plan and strategies on how you're going to pay off your student loans. These are my suggestions, so I recommend that you should just review your situation to see what works best for you. And let me know in the comments down below what your game plan is for paying off your student loans. Thank you for watching my video. If you haven't already done so, feel free to like the video, subscribe to my channel. It really helps me share the content I create. As always, stay fresh, stay awesome, take care.